Hi, Enrique. Thanks for sitting down to answer a couple questions. Happy to have you here. Just to start, where do you think the success of the event GPS 2025 lies, with people from all over the world coming both to give and attend lectures?
I think it comes down to just sharing knowledge. I think the first time that I attended this type of conference, the thing that struck me was how much authors are willing to share with like-minded authors, understanding that nobody has the answer to everything and that everybody has a common goal. It's a big market, it's big enough for everyone. And I think that a lot of people that are coming to GPS are finding that this is a place where they can find people that are trying to adjust what they're doing. So I would say it's become a place to share knowledge, and it's practical knowledge. It's things that people can apply starting on the same day that they come to the conference.
Absolutely. It seems like a community of forming.
That's very much what it is. A lot of people here know each other, have known each other for the 2 or 3 years that the conference has been going on, and they're friends. They get together for dinner and they catch up on all things.
So a big topic around this entire event has been the changing in the publishing community. So do you think that excessively traditional publishers are failing to adapt to new reality?
I don't think any. Let's recognize that any of these big companies that have been in publishing for a long time have been doing it very well. So I don't think, I think that it's easy to be a small concern and to quickly evolve, and it's easy to take risks. And if they fail, nobody knows, you move on to the next thing. When you're a large company with thousands of employees, with big budgets, with big decisions where normally there's a professional CEO that can get in trouble and get fired if things do not go well, decisions are a lot harder to make. I think everyone eventually adapts. It's just that by nature, smaller companies are always going to be quicker at adapting the big ones. And I think that's the same thing across many industries. I don't think publishing is an exception.
Well, to follow up with that, why do you think more and more authors are choosing to self-publish or alternate between self-publishing and traditional publishing?
Well, I think a lot of authors are choosing to self-publish because they don't have any other choice, because they are trying to go the traditional route, and there are very, very few slots there. And before, it was something that it was simply not feasible because the amount of the investment that was required to make a product attractive enough to be in the market was a sizable investment. Now what's happening is that technology is enabling a lot of people to come with a very good competing product that can be in the market, and that the consumer will not perceive a difference in quality. So I think that once you get past that point, an author is able to put their own work, and it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not. You have to be a storyteller. Now you have to be a designer. Then you have to be a marketing person. I mean, it's a difficult thing to juggle, but the tools are out there. So I think that again, and I guess the other reason is also because some people are being successful at self-publishing and they're making a ton of money. So once you find your niche, once you're able to get into the market, then obviously, if you're buy or sell, you don't have to share with any middlemen or intermediaries or distribution. I think that once you find out that you can go directly to your readers and establish a relationship with them, then you don't really have an incentive to go to a model where you're just going to put people in between you and the readers.
Absolutely. Very insightful points. What advice would you give to someone who has just finished writing their first book?
Start writing the second one. I think it comes down to that. One common thread that we have seen in the conference is that people that are successful, and there was something that was said on the first day that I liked a lot. It says success is a different term depending on who is establishing, what is success to you? Is it financial success? Is it critical success? Is it, popularity? So it depends on what it is that you're trying to achieve. Most writers, the success is to be able to make a living out of writing and to just gain stature in the industry. So I think that going back to what your question there, what I was trying to say is that nobody in this conference has been successful with just one book. So people that are coming here, that are talking about their success, are talking about how they're making a living as an author, they're talking about how they were able to quit their other day job and start writing for a living. They have multiple books. So the other common thread that I saw is that none of the successful authors, and I'm looking at some of them right now, were successful in the first book. Some of them were looking at making millions per year now, but for the first 5 years, I did nothing. And then eventually you find your audience, you find your rhythm, and you find just your way into the market. So after the first book, I guess understand who your readers are, try to establish a community, try to become a reliable author. If somebody finds your book and they like it, they're going to be asking, where's the second one? Where's the next one? So I wouldn't say that. I mean, if you finish your first book, immediately start working on the second one, but just take a minute to, now that the book is finished, to see how is it doing, get feedback from your readers, and just try to find out how to make it better.
Awesome. Yeah, great advice. Going back to GPS as a whole, what do you think makes GPS different from other literary events?
I think that just the understanding that people come here to share knowledge. All the presentations are curated so that anyone that attends the conference and that sees the presentation walks away from the event having additional knowledge, having learned something. So is that focus on education or on gaining knowledge that I think is what keeps people coming back over and over. It's not a conference where you come and say, hey, here's what's happening, here's the industry, here are the latest news. It's a conference where you come to learn.
What has been the biggest challenge when organizing such an ambitious literary event?
Well, we had this week, I don't know when people are watching this thing, but of course this week we had a big blackout in Spain where, lights went out, and then we had a problem with the venue. So I think the biggest challenge has been logistical, because we have about 200 people coming from all over the world. Right? There's people coming from as far as Australia, all the way to Spain. There's people from all over Europe. We have some people from the States. So the biggest challenge has been to just be mindful of the fact that it's a lot of attendees are have different needs, and just making sure that everything is ready has been it's a challenge. But I would say that just the logistical difficulties that come from putting together something like this. In terms of the actual conference itself, once the concept is out there, we are constantly getting people proposing ideas for talks, for panels, and things like that. So it's a community that just comes together and really likes to help each other. So I think that logistics has been the only challenge for it.
Sounds like the team, especially this week with the blackout and the weather, is very adaptable. That's happening.
Everybody had to adapt.
Well, what criteria do you all use to select authors who participate as speakers?
Making sure that they bring knowledge and that they actually share something useful. So I would say that all the presentations, we look for practical things. Nobody likes to sit and be just given a commercial pitch or to be told things that everybody knows. So I would say just that, just making sure that everybody's gonna walk away having learned something new.
Great. What can you tell us about the talks on how to increase a book's chances of being adopted into a film?
Well, that's the one I just gave, and it was. I mean, look, it's a different enterprise. It's a different quest. So, I remember talking to very successful authors who had the idea of possibly, trying to pitch an adaptation, and the answer straight out was like, it's a lot of work, and I'm making already enough money, so they don't have an interest. I like the medium. I enjoy doing it, even though sometimes there may not be a lot of money. So I think that the thing that is attractive is how if you're a storyteller, when you go from the pages to the screen, it's just a different medium. So there are different things that you can convey. So it was I think that it's you have to be careful not to try to do too many things at once. But I think that once you have a really good story, it's tempting not to try to take it to other markets, other mediums, other formats.
Absolutely. Well, finally, I would love to know if you could share an exclusive or something that very few people know about the future of GPS.
Well, just that there will be a GPS in 2026 and they will be in the same location. And that, we're looking forward to welcoming everybody.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time and answering a couple questions. I hope we continue to enjoy the rest of the